Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Ike and today we are continuing the run with the Warlock, and finally we are back. Jail a break first, yes, then run. Let's go.
That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't working. That's still recharging. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. My mana is low.
Good, we're just going to find the right rhythm here. With these guys, freshly created party, took a while to even get a party together that want to do the jailbreak, which is part of the Onyxia attunement quest line. So I've been looking for a while. Got almost all of the other instances down, but jailbreak somehow just didn't work out so far. I did one off camera the other day, and I don't want to speak badly about anybody, but the people that I was doing it together were potentially quite inexperienced, and that led to it not only taking very, 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 very long. So all of the pulls were like super slow, but also the actual quest entails, it's called jailbreak for a reason, with staging a jailbreak, and that requires you to do an escort quest effectively. And yeah, I mean, escort quests can only be done once. If you fail, then that is that. And also they tend to spawn other enemies. That's kind of the World of Warcraft logic. And in true World of Warcraft logic fashion, that ended up to be not very good for us, because we spawned all of the enemies, and yeah, you kind of need to go through an entire ring, and at the very end of said ring, I was in a situation where I saw people, one of the enemy mobs running away. People were not paying attention to that. And yeah, it just so happened that pulled two additional groups, and once that happened, of course, a group that is kind of very slow and where people are kind of inexperienced immediately decided to drop, and it ended in chaos, in utter chaos. Okay, let's do a bit of this and that, and this, and time to nuke them. Time to get all of them nicely buffed. Yeah, I mean, the other group, again, I don't want to smack talk too much about it, because that's really not my intention. The other group would have taken like a considerable time just pulling these guys. potentially just summon this. Yeah. And if it takes so long just to clear out trash, then it, of course anything that goes wrong just amplifies things so much more, right? So your buffer with a bad group of, say, things that you can still manage is much, much lower. Speaking of a buffer, speaking of a buffer, you want to make sure that your melees are nicely taken care of. Warlock is a super good utility caster. People just don't appreciate the breadth and spectrum that it can bring to the table. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's continue. Get this guy down and get this guy down. Just filling up our shards that we've used. Trying to stay at around 16 shards. That's kind of the sweet spot number. First boss incoming. And I'm going to dip out before he aggroes. I set a life drain and we're Gucci. Healing done by spells. That's fantastic. Shoulders. Congratulations to our paladin. Good. Whilst we're here, might as well kill the guy. Very good. Neat little neat little boots for someone who needs them. AKA not me. Don't be fooled by these little hounds here, by the way. They hit quite hard. But I also drew up tender wolf meat, which is fantastic, potentially the best meat to make high level food.
It's too far away. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Good. Mage and I are taking turns in AoEing these groups down, whilst the other one is just eating. And that's the part, this whole kind of clearing is the part why not many people want to do jailbreaks, but kind of roped or tricked the melees in with a cheeky little Emperor offer afterwards, which for casters isn't that hot. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but there are the melees far have an advantage for that,
That's still recharging.
because Emperor drops Hodge, which is a super good item for them.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
So the idea is essentially we're doing the stuff that you don't like right at the beginning, and then we're doing the stuff that I don't necessarily like, although that would be wrong to say. On the way to Emperor, there are 2 trinkets that are still upgrades for me at this point, and both of them I think are very nice grabs. So just need to get either of them. Currently rocking Eye of the Beast, which we got in UBRS the last time,
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
but there is no good second trinket.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
So far things are looking very good. No problemo. I hope it stays like that. Always like it when we have quite non-problematic runs. On the way here, however, like heartbreaking story we already had a mage that wanted to join us, and he was even waiting in front of the dungeon, right? And we only had one clicker, so I was like, yeah, well, we're at the MC guy, which is a little bit further to the front, not immediately at the entrance of the dungeon, but it's the safer place to summon to. So I said, let's meet there, and all of a sudden I just saw that his add-on threw like a warning, I'm immobilized for 10 seconds, and then the add-on threw another warning, I'm at 18%, and shortly afterwards he was dead. I have absolutely no idea how that could have happened that fast, but I was like literally just taking my eyes off the chat for about maybe less than 10 seconds, and it turns out that he ran right into a rare elite called the Behemoth. Don't start the escort, please. We need to clear. Thank you.
That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet.
So yeah, mage died right then and there, got immobilized by that rare mob, and he hits hard, but technically he could have blinked or ice blocked, so maybe was just cruising without really paying attention. And then it was maybe 2-3 hits. He might not even have been buffed.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
The tank is very good. Like to see it. His one hand shield into the dungeon, which is a bit of an atypical kind of tanking setup. Most tanks would do dual wield, but maybe he's deep prot spec. I don't mind, to be honest. 4 or 5-man dungeons, that's arguably even the safer spec.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Good. Look, we're almost at that point where we've cleared the entire circle. We're not speedrunning it, but we're not slow either. It just takes a while because super dense from the mobs. And if you add that plus effectively need to escort someone and additional spawns on top of it, then it becomes really, really difficult. And hence
That's still recharging.
the careful approach here.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Oh wow, 3 nightfalls back to back. That was good.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
And another nice piece for our paladin, who freshly dinked. Very friendly person. Asked in advance, is it a hard quest? Can I come with my freshly dinked level 60 character? That is the right mentality.
That's still recharging.
Instead of some other people just signing up without knowing what's going on.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet.
That's 2 patrols back to back. Interesting setup.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Sure, yeah, with another mage I could go more aggressive. Don't need to like corruption all of them. Yeah, Rain of Fire might not be the optimal choice. It's really low DPS even on multiple targets.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. My mana is low.
Very good. We might just be done with the stupid jailbreak. Nicely cleared everything here.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging. I need a target.
Alright, since we have killed the jailer and so on, we should be fine to do the actual jailbreak. So if I recall correctly, he might be in here, Marshal Windsor, and one guy still needed let me know when you are ready, then I will start. It is okay, the dwarf will not do anything. So, raid check. And we're going. Oh, this one just takes a bit more prep. It is not that bad. If you do not clear in advance, this one is horrible. And that's true. That's how the last one basically failed. Because if you take, you need to take drinking breaks from time to time, even as a good group. Yeah, certainly doesn't help that the Marshal himself really does not care whether or not you're too slow. He will just continue marching, and then on top you do have patrols, and then on top you do have runners. And the problem is that these packs are really located like 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, right? So you can pull 1, but say if there is a patrol coming through here and you have a pack here and a pack here and a pack here, you're just done with your pack here. So if you have a pack here, here, and here, and the patrol comes through, then in worst case scenario, say you have a runner, for instance, you aggro this, social aggro this, patrol, and then you aggro that. So you can aggro up to 4 additional packs if things are not working out very well. And that is typically like north of 20 mobs. Yesterday we aggroed, I think, 2 or 3 additional packs. Most of it were single like normal mobs, not elite mobs. So you could have still fought it, and with a good group you actually should, because these are level 50 mobs. So if the tank goes in, basically shield walls, pulls them all together nicely, and you start AoEing, then target dummy into and zappers, then you essentially already have killed so many of them that maybe out of the 24 or 5 mobs are left, and they are pretty bruised as well. So it's possible to do that, but like I said, for a bad group or an inexperienced group, it's actually not. Mage went a little bit too ham there. Received the blessing of protection. Good. Let's move on. Windsor gives another nice little buff here, which is called Windsor's Frenzy. And all of the units next to him get 65% movement speed. Man, he is up walking like a boss. Everybody else does a nice little jog. Marshal Windsor not so much. Marshal Windsor not so much. Alright, so this is almost where we died down the last time. Cool. Windsor, come on. And this is essentially where it happened the last time. It was indeed 1 pack here, 1 pack here, 1 pack here. We fought this pack. One guy went in and pulled 3 further ones. That's really why I need to clear all of it. But Rocker also doesn't make it easier. He's just spitting on the corpses of all of them. Oh wow, he literally spat on the ground. Yeah, Windsor is not having any of that. Alright, come on, my dude. This, by the way, is a little bit much as quest design. I do understand that they wanted to do like an awesome jailbreak, but walking around both edges, that's a bit much. Specifically since you can't really let him walk faster. Good, but I'll definitely mark this day in the calendar because finding a group for this is, as you can imagine, not great.
Hey there. You need something? How are you? See you later.
Alright. Windsor, now we got your squire. Excellent work. Let's find the exit. Follow me. Okay. And he's finally starting to jog. He found his quick move key, his shift key, or whatever it is. I'm always running, so I don't know how to RP walk. But that also would be a nasty challenge, needing to RP walk the entire time with your character. Like, no running away from mobs. If you commit, you commit. That would be really, really nasty. And quite time consuming. Alright, Windsor, come on. You know that you want to talk to me. Very good. Short break. Fast forward for you. Very good, so we're back with the same group, 5-minute break, everybody came back. That's what I call stability and also kind of dedication. We're pretty much 40 minutes in, and it's time for us to do a arena into the rest of BRD. Arena can be quite good. If we look at our equipment, generally speaking, I could use a necklace. Generally speaking, a spell cloak wouldn't be the worst. Generally speaking, a bracer would definitely be appreciated. We could get one. Okay. We're drinking. Okay, so bracer could be good, necklace could be good. This here could be slightly upgraded, but it's not the end of the world. One more ring and a trinket. Offhand, of course, would be great as well. So there are like little bits and pieces that one can do better. And to get from 170 spell power to basically like 200 something without enchantments.
That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet.
I wouldn't go that close, dear healer. Ooh, that is big. That is fantastic. You'd need on that. It dropped, my dude. That is really nice. That is nice. Spell hit. Yeah, that's a huge build. I said I could get a small upgrade, and that was true, but I did not remember that there was the spell hit belt here up for grabs. So that indeed is quite a bit of an upgrade.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell is ready.
Wow. 3 shadow balls in a row. I called him Machine Gun Psyken. Got one proc after the other, and during the global cooldown I got another one. Like you theoretically, well, that is a very low chance. Theoretically you could continue to do that over and over,
That's still recharging.
which is hilarious if you think about it.
Spell isn't ready yet.
Let's just make sure they are not running away.
I can't pass that yet.
So let's just drink up. So, as for our equipment, yeah, that was really nice. That was a huge upgrade. Potentially the best belt for cloth wearers. Super rare to come by. Great stats all over. Hit and even spell damage on top of it. It's very difficult to replace this one even afterwards. Yeah. So, best upgrade at the moment would be a trinket, offhand bracer, maybe necklace. But like I said, not all of them are like super necessary. Several of them are not.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet.
And as much as I love my nifty stopwatch, a second trinket, good one, would be helpful. And yeah, maybe a wand with spell damage would also actually be better. Having a nice little frost damage wand itself is good. And I'll keep it. Maybe I need it a little bit later. But a wand with spell damage is one of the easiest ways of getting that DPS up.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. Echo. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
Good. Nice little overall BRD run so far.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. Echo. That spell isn't ready yet.
If you need the boss, say so. I would need Golem Lord next one for trinket.
I can't pass that yet. Echo.
Yeah, our DPS is really solid.
Echo. That's still recharging. Echo. I can't pass that yet.
Okay, they can handle that one once I'm getting full resources. Is what the mage is thinking as well. Him and I are doing a little bit of a cheeky drinking contest here.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. Echo. That spell isn't ready yet. Echo. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
What? My inventory is completely full. Wait, what? Oh, wow. Well, that's a nice find. That is a nice find.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I need a target.
Unfortunately, not the trinket.
Now what?
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, don't touch anything. That would not be a good idea. I have seen so many things go wrong in bar. It is unreal. Sorry for the Discord stuff. Alright, there's still one more chance for Trinket. The next boss after this one here has a chance for a nice Trinket. I don't need to sell anything at the moment. I'm fine.
I can't cast that yet.
Good. Neat little golem pants. This one here is a bit tougher, but we can do it. And I'll make sure that every single one of them has Curse of Recklessness on them. That's my main job. Because 2 destroyers here are no fun.
That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, those random packs with 2 destroyers in them can be quite heavy. Simply because of the unbridled damage that they will do. If they are not turned around, there's a lot of AoE stuff happening as well.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Come on, trinket. Cape of the Salamander. Not really a trinket. Granted, this one is rarer than the first one. Bit difficult to get the trinket here. I wanted the trinket from UBRS. That would definitely be the single best choice. But in absence of having that, all of this here, more of the trinkets here are also not too bad. Got the only one that I could get from a quest, so that one fine. But there are better ones out there. Might be one of those situations where I actually need to do a ZG and get ahead of a car and turn that in.
Spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Because that would certainly be a really good trinket. Until such time, no good trinket for me. Need to rerun UBRS and a couple of other things, but the equipment of the Warlock definitely has improved. Definitely has improved.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
Okay, dokie. So, for the suppression room, what do I want? I think I'll still go with the Void Walker.
I can't pass that yet.
Oh yeah, all of them were immune to curses. I remember. That was some bullshit. Good, let's drink up, even if that means I can't DPS at the moment. A bit of this, and a little bit of that.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Good, the big boss is coming in a second.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
He can summon 3 Void Walkers, which is hilarious if you ask me.
I can't cast that yet.
Weiß ich auch nicht, wohin damit.
That's still recharging.
Alright,
Bleibst jetzt mal hier.
so let's heat up.
Ist erledigt, okay?
Now it's Torch Room into second last boss, and then last boss. Time to focus up. What did we have? Spectral leggings. Don't need that. Mace. Don't need that either. Good, we're moving in. Just gotta be careful here. Double AoE really makes that one way easier. Sorry for the background noise. Group is definitely moving as one. Everybody has done this a couple of times apparently.
I can't pass that here.
This here, by the way, is the safe spot. We're standing here after the fire guard is done. You can drink up for as long as you want. Nothing will spawn. Okay, time for us to move.
Komm, lass runtergehen. Ich mach dir den.
Very, very nice. So now just making sure that my pet doesn't pull here.
Was ist da?
And it does not, which is good. And we're drinking up. And then we're giving it a go. This guy, and then the next room, and we're done. So we're on the finishing line, so to speak. Alright, we've pulled. Let's go. This guy is very much immune to fire, so don't even need to try that. But our shadow bolts are hitting nice and hard. Love it.
That's still recharging.
Look at that. For once, I am top DPS. Yes, not a lot of elemental resistances. And that's stamina, spirit, fire resistance. Not exactly what I was hoping. It looks cool though. It would have been nice if I could have gotten kind of a nice little... If that thing would have had, say, instead of 15 fire resist, 15 spell damage and the remaining stats, that would have been super good. Unfortunately, it does not. Good. Need to clear this part here, and then we are pretty much done. Then we are just facing the most evil of all foes, the Emperor himself. And as Luke Skywalker has found out, the Emperor is always the top G, the end boss.
I can't pass that here.
If you hear squeaking sounds in the background, I assure you it is not me pressing rhythmically on the chest of my little one, but it is my little one learning the first words, and apparently a watch or a clock is a tick-tock, and that is her interpretation of it. Very good. So, if you don't clear this room, by the way, prior to the Emperor, then you're going to regret it dearly, because all of them are, of course, assisting the Emperor, and with the doors closed, the only real exit is a Petri out. There was a safe spot on top of those lanterns, but they patched that with the latest SOT patch, so there's no way of getting out. You could, of course, like drop group and then do the nice little circling around, but with more than just the Emperor, it is highly unlikely that you're going to survive that.
That's still recharging. I need more mana. I can't pass that yet.
Alright, fantastic. So, time to drink up. We got like 1, 2, 3 packs and 4, 5 down here, and we're pretty much done. I like the tank. Nini is doing very, very well. Takes very little damage. Doesn't really require a lot of attention. Pulls in the right tempo. That's the type of player that makes a run go smoothly. So much boils down to tank and healer. And I knew when the healer was saying is that difficult, that we have a cautious gamer at our hands, which I prefer much more than kind of the guy that thinks they know it all, but then eventually gets surprised and blames totally bad luck or something on his failures. There are a lot of World of Warcraft players that do exactly that. And it's that stereotype, and I don't want to be like too stereotypical, but it's that stereotype of yeah bro, don't worry. Claims to have seen it all, but then the first time that something non-standard happens, it's all of a sudden the fault of the healer or the fault of it's always someone else's fault is the bottom line. And yeah, the way that I noticed how to kind of spot those guys out is they seldomly to never ask questions. They rather listen to their Spotify playlist, and very often they are and there's nothing wrong with listening to Spotify, don't get me wrong, but very often in this game they seem to kind of just focus on the mood, the moment, and yeah, their own responsibility kind of comes last. So whenever I try to group with people that seem genuinely nice and at least caring, even if they are not the best players. Typically end up with a much safer run than with the others. And believe me, I've seen a lot of those more self-absorbed guys. Sorry for Discord in the background, should have gone to do not disturb. Good. Emperor himself is, I think, also curse immune. We're going to nuke the princess. Ready? Up here. Good. Now the big boss, and he's hitting hard. Like when he's enraged. Are you kidding me? He's immune to shadow bolts. Okay. Didn't have that on the radar. Well, searing pain it is, my dude. That's why my DPS slacked. Yeah, he's immune to literally everything when he has his giant form. It's the true Mountain King. Alright, not the best stuff, but also not the worst. I'll stick with my ropes for shits and giggles. No Hodge, nothing, but it was a good run, and we finally got the Onyxia stuff done. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you all in the next episode, and have a good one. Bye bye.